Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and I want to talk to you guys about the Lie quest for what we honestly all expect to be the Fellwinter's Lie shotgun. I don't have it in my inventory, so I can't show you a picture of it yet. The main reason I can't put a picture on screen is because the quest is bugged. And you may or may not have heard what is going on. There was a quest that launched after Guardian Games. It asked the community to do 9 million total, 3 million on each planet, the Seraph Tower public events. Now, whatever math to get to 9 million total was a bit skewed. They ended up changing that during the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, they ended up making it a multiplier of ×5. And then the weekend, they made it a ×10 multiplier. And honestly, the community started coming together over the weekend. Saturday, they were working on the moon. Sunday, they finished the moon fairly early. And Sunday night, they finished up Io. And they blew through Io in like 10 hours or 12 hours. It was crazy how fast that one went, which was really cool. Then we got to the next step of the quest, and you're like, hey, it's 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday, but we're doing this, we finished this thing. So the next step of the quest is you're going to need to go to the European Dead Zone director, and it's going to have you visit Vostok. I think you have to go to Bray first. But either way, you're going to go to Vostok, and it's the PvP map, kind of similar to before, how we had Devil's Ruin. There's nothing going on. But there are a couple things for you to scan, and it's a way for you to guys get some lore information, a couple scans with regards to Rasputin, some of which are very ominous, and I'm not entirely sure what to think yet, hence why I really want to finish this quest. I'm very curious as to what happens there. I will try and continue playing on screen where to find those little bits as I keep talking. So, there's 3 different ones. One of them is very interesting. It's related to a Destiny 1 situation of Siva related to Rise of Iron, which is a big deal. It's this like nanotechnology stuff. Still very curious what is happening here and where the story is going to go. So obviously, hopefully today when this finishes, it's going to be fixed. Now when I say finishes, today, 4 days later, as I'm recording this on Thursday, May 21st, about 3 hours before the quest is fixed, there was a bug. So after you go to Vostok, you have to get 1,000 kills. Now, it's 11:30 at night, and a lot of people are working on 1,000 shotgun kills thinking, hey, we finished this up, we're going to get the weapon. Well, you finish 1,000 shotgun kills, you go to the moon bunker where it says to go, and it's bugged when you try and open the door. So that is the bug. That is supposed to be fixed at noon. That would be Central Time for me. It's 10 a.m. Pacific, so if you go by Bungie's time, they're 10 a.m. Pacific. On May 21st, that should be fixed. There's a patch coming out for specifically just that. I actually burned it out pretty quickly, which was very respectable, honestly, because I thought it might take quite a bit longer. So that one is coming out. But the big question is, how do you get 1,000 shotgun kills? So, little preamble to the quest aside, the shotgun kills, 1,000 kills can take a while. Now, there are different builds that you can have, and I'm going to put my character on screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about in ways to help function. Now, there are different places to do this one. If you have groups, if you're by yourself, or you want to go. I'm going to cover a couple different ones. And honestly, a triple shotgun loadout is not going to hurt anything. And there are some pretty easy ways to come by these. One of the easiest ones to get, whether you've got it or not, is going to be the Botheration. Now, the Botheration Mark 28 is a Forsaken weapon. And it's got auto-loading holster, which is probably one of the more important things depending on where you go farming. Now, there's one where you won't even have to touch these other two, but still, depending on where you go, where you prefer to go, I'm going to give you guys a couple of options. The Botheration Mark 28, if you literally just come to collections, weapons, shotguns, I can literally go over to the second page, go to the blues, the second one, and I can pull this shotgun. I don't need to, but that's where you can pull it, literally right there. Now, the good thing about auto-loading holster is if I'm working with either of these 2 weapons, and then I run out of ammo for some reason, I can switch over to this one, and it's already loaded up. Now, it's very slow on reload speed, so when you get done emptying that clip, switch over to something else, because it's still going to be faster to reload. But if you need an auto-loading shotgun, and you don't have one anywhere, I mean, I have say I've got this Hawthorne's Field Fort shotgun. Yeah, I've got a few more weapons, it's got hipfire grip. Reload speed's actually pretty decent on it, but it doesn't have the auto-loading holster, so if I just switch to it, it's always ready to go, as long as it's, sitting unused in my character for, I don't know, is it 8 seconds, 7? I don't know the exact number, but it doesn't take too long. You'll hear this little tiny sound effect that you'll probably miss anyway, but after a little while, it's auto-loaded and you're good to go again. For your energy slot, any shotgun will do. Now, you may not have a 7 Seraph shotgun like I do. This is just one that I pulled, that I've got, nothing too special about it. I mean, the roll's actually pretty decent, but still, it's not one that you may have. Now, depending on if you've played Escalation Protocol or anything like that previously, if you're a newer player, you may not have any of the stuff I'm going to show you, but really any energy shotgun is also going to work. Now, one that many people may like, ElGato shotgun, just because I should potentially be able to pull this one from collections because it is a static roll. And it's just an energy shotgun that you'll be able to use. It's going to be pretty powerful. Rapid fire, you can fire fairly quickly. Overall, the ElGato shotgun, not a bad option to use. And I wouldn't do anything like a precision shotgun. Now, I think you can do this quest in PvP if you want to, but unless you just love working on PvP for something like this, I would probably tell you to do it in a couple of the spots I'm going to tell you. Any energy shotgun will do, though. I mean, ElGato is one that I thought about using. Potentially, you could use Mindbender's Ambition if you've got that one in that slot. You've got a good Perfect Paradox from last season. Got a lot of options in here. Python. Many of you guys may have this one just because you worked on the quest for it. So all of these are going to work just having something in that energy slot. Now for the heavy slot, there are a couple different options, 2 different shotguns to think of. One is Legend of Acreus. It's not a bad shotgun, but it's slow on reload. It does get a lot of kills, but again, there's not a lot of big capacity to it. And we'll talk about the mods here in a second for capacity and reserves. But my honest advice, tractor cannon. If you have this shotgun, equip it. Especially for where I'm going to show you guys to be able to go. This is one of the best things to use for it's a large cone of enemies that you can hit. And it's just very effective. And it's also, as you guys can see with the mods, it's got deeper pockets. So it's going to be able to actually handle more reserves. So this weapon emits a powerful impulse that pushes enemies away, suppresses their abilities, and makes them more vulnerable to incoming damage. You've got like 28 shots in it or something like that. And then I've actually got the catalyst, so I've got ammo reserves. You may not have that, honestly. It's a good time to work on the catalyst. If you have this and you haven't finished the catalyst, I saw a lot of people on Twitter say, hey, I finished the catalyst while working on it. Perfect time to do it. So those are the shotguns that I would equip. This is an easy one, but if you got auto-loading holster on one of your 2 main shotguns, gonna help. And then, of course, you can even pull ElGatos here, and you don't even have to go find a weapon. If you've done Escalation Protocol, even from a while ago, this will still work. Tractor Cannon, probably the one I would advise you to use the most, though, because it's insanely effective, and its cone of spread is really good. Now, for mods, you're going to want everything that's going to give you shotgun ammo possible. Every single thing you can get is going to help. So, now you don't have to have a 10 energy helm. If you've got one with, like, 6, this will work. Literally, I can take this off. All I need is double shotgun ammo finder. That's all I really need to take care of this quest. Right here, 6 energy, nothing too crazy. You're going to spend like a couple enhancement cores, that's it. Double ammo finder, you're going to see that ammo on the ground a lot. Also with ammo finder, you're going to want shotgun scavenger. Again, similar situation here. These are you only require 2. Literally, you need arc energy boots that have 4 energy. Shotgun scavenger, shotgun scavengers. As you pick up any shotgun brick, you're going to get more from it, always continuing to refill, especially as you're running multiple shotguns across your character with pretty much special ammo only. Yeah, you're going to want this as much as possible. Now, shotgun reserves is also going to help because you're running 3 shotguns, so if you do find like a rally flag or anything and you can load up, you will be pretty much stocked up to the gills. And you're going to have a lot more just in everything, including your heavy, which is going to be really, really crucial. Now, there's a couple that are optional mods. Those are probably the biggest 3 that I can tell you is just ammo finder, scavenger, and reserves. If you want to throw shotgun loader on, that's not a bad thing. Now, if you have some of these Season of Dawn mods and you can kind of put together a build that works, cool. If you don't have what I'm about to show you, it's not world ending, especially where we work on the quest. I honestly didn't even use this that much because I just used a whole bunch of rally flags. So what you can do, the raid banners, one of the places to grind this is in the Last Wish raid for Seraph, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. If you don't have raid banners, they're just legendary shards. So if you have a decent amount of legendary shards, I know not everybody has 12,000, but if you have a few, you should be able to knock this out. You might need 10, 15 rally flags max. It's really pretty fast, honestly. But what you can do if you want to be ultra efficient, maybe you're farming in a different area. And I tried Altar of Sorrow, which actually wasn't too bad. I was playing around, sitting towards the front. Enemies would come out. I'd hit him with one shotgun, switch over to my botheration, unload that one, switch it over to my heavy as I'm picking stuff up. And I was getting a lot of kills. It wasn't actually going that slow, but what I found is there are a couple other better places. But for the Season of Dawn mods, if you got shotgun loader, if you do need to reload, it's going to help you speed that up. The one that you actually want to consider if you have Season of Dawn mods is this one. So you've got greatly increased ready speed of fusion rifles, shotguns, specifically submachine guns and swords. This is quick charge. Now it does take 5 energy just to equip this one, and you would need to equip potentially one other mod that is arc to actually activate this one. So I could switch like arc resistance on, and then if I didn't want the shotgun loader on there, that was going to be a little slower. But the ready speed's good, so as I switch over, I'm ready to go and keep shooting. That's not a bad thing. If you have double auto-loading holster, this is actually going to work very well because you never have to reload. You don't have to worry about it. And you switch over to that weapon, it's ready insanely quickly. Really, really good. So this is from Season of Dawn, and you just have to have one more arc thing equipped as well. So only 6 here, but if you have a really high energy thing, you could even throw the shotgun reloader on that. Final one, your class item. Again, you can go bigger here if you want to, not required. This one is more for Altar of Sorrow, if you're going to go farm in the Leviathan Castellum, which I'll show you. This one allows you to kill enemies and just keep getting ammo, kind of a instant easy refill situation, which is actually pretty helpful. But again, I didn't even end up using this that much, mostly because of what I used for the raid, and it's for tractor cannon. So this build, and this is a 7 energy mod, so it's going to take a class item leveled up to 8. So you're going to have to spend some prisms to get this one to work, because you need one more mod equipped as well. So even if it's just this, you would have to equip one more mod as well, so 8 is the minimum to make this happen. While surrounded by multiple combatants, so you do have to be around more than one enemy, and you know you're usually surrounded by quite a few when you're getting shotgun kills. Defeating a combatant with a fusion rifle, shotgun, sidearms, or submachine gun adds ammo for that weapon to your reserves. So if you're sitting there killing enemies with a shotgun, and you're nearby them, a group, like usually it's about 3 when I usually started to see it, and I go bam, 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 I get 3 kills, I get a couple bullets right back into my ammo reserves. So you're killing some enemies, some are going to drop ammo. You're killing some enemies, they're giving you free ammo directly into your reserves. And all that ammo is going straight into all 3 guns, or at least 2 of them, and then the heavy will be dropping as well. So all in all, this is a really cool build. If you haven't seen this one, it does take a decent amount of energy to take advantage of it, but overall it actually has pretty cool implications. If you just want to go like shotguns all the time and have some fun with it, this is a cool way to go. So what I'm going to put on screen now is just some gameplay of a couple places where I got a lot of shotgun kills. I did this between 2 characters because as the quest was bugged, I tried on my second character and I found honestly what I thought was the fastest way, especially for one person. You can do it pretty safely solo. Now, you can do it on any character. I will say if you do have a Warlock that you can make this happen with, you can run Devour spec for the final section, and it's always going to be really helpful because you're kind of in the mix, but you're getting a lot of heals, so that one works pretty well. So the first one, as you guys can see, is Altar of Sorrow. You have this constant stream of enemies running at you, and if you're able to put together the kind of infinite ammo shotgun build with that last perk I was talking about, the lock and load, or if you kill enemies and you're near them, you get shotgun ammo, you really aren't going to run out of ammo. So you're just switching between shotguns, use tractor cannon to blow a few ways, switch over to botheration when that thing's empty. You can switch over to something else while that one gets its auto-loading holster going. If you need to reload that one, that's fine. And you're just constantly killing lots and lots of stuff. It's pretty cool. But you potentially are going to have other people in that play space. You're not probably going to get all the kills, and you do have things go in waves. So it is kind of a give and take. It's not bad. It's just a steady stream. And if you need to grind other stuff in Altar of Sorrow for, you know, bounties or weapons or anything else, not a bad place to be. So that's one option. The second option is going to be in the Castellum. Now that is in the standard Leviathan raid. Now if you go in the raid itself, some of you guys may not have ever been there before. Basically just load in, head up the standard path towards the top, and then when you run into the main room, wherever the enemies are spawning for that week, because it kind of rotates on week and what encounter you're going to have first, the enemies are just going to start spawning. And they will not stop spawning. And you're going to have a lot of enemies. Now, the thing about the Castellum, you do have quite a few You have quite a few legionaries. They're pretty easy. One shot and they're good to go. Tractor cannon blows quite a few of them away, but a few of them have shields. Some of those get to be annoying as I got to kind of aim down to his like left foot to make sure I hit him. Sometimes I'll miss, and occasionally, if you're by yourself in there, I've kind of been overwhelmed as they're coming from both sides, and you're in a raid, so you're never going to feel insanely powerful. So that one, while not bad, is a place to farm just a continuous stream of guys. The annoyance of the shields kind of got a little bit annoying, but I was working with my brother when I was in there. So between both of us, we managed all the ads that were coming pretty consistently. And we honestly just like knocked it out in there as we were having pretty good progress. And it was fine. It works. You know, a lot of enemies to kill. They just keep coming. It's a continuous stream. A couple shotgun kills. Usually some will come out in clumps. You can get a lot done. The final one that I ended up doing on my second character was in the Last Wish raid. Now, in the Last Wish raid, there's a way for you to get to the wish wall. And if you need to look that one up, there's plenty of videos out there. But the wish that you need to use is the wish to take you to the Seraph room. I will put that wish on screen. Basically, when you get to the wish wall, I will let you guys look that one up. If you don't know what that's about, look up a video, how to find a wish wall. Last Wish raid, that will find it. But the wish that you need is the one I'm going to leave on screen here while I'm kind of talking. Shoot all the little circles, make all the symbols match exactly what's on screen, and then go stand on that platform. And it's going to take you to the checkpoint for the second encounter. The second encounter is loaded with a near infinite supply of very easy to kill enemies, and the fact that you get a raid banner, which means you refill your ammo, especially your heavy every time. All I ended up doing was using tractor cannon the entire time. So I'd go in there, I had reserves, so that one helps me a little bit. But even honestly on a normal run, you'd probably get some ammo drop in between ammo finders and all the mods that I told you to equip anyway, just the reserves, scavenger, and ammo finders. Those are still going to be good. You go in here and you're going to be blasting enemies like 10 at a time because it's just massive groups of Thrall, Shadow Thrall. There's going to be a few knights and things like that, but there are so many enemies that you can kill in this place in groups. One tractor cannon shot could kill 8, 10, 6, who knows, but you're going to be getting group kills at a time. And then as soon as you get to a point you basically run out of enemies, have the boss kill you, or, you know, get killed, however you want to do it. If you need the boss to kill you, by the way, the boss will be standing in, like, floating in that little circular area. The 3 raised platforms, if you stand on those, you can only stand on them for so long. And if you stand on those long enough, it'll kill you. So do that, reset, you go back to the checkpoint, put another raid banner down, refill your heavy ammo, run into the door, crap ton more Thrall, and you're good to go again. So on good runs, I would get about 79 kills if I killed like every single thing in the room. Bad runs, I probably would end up with about 60, somewhere in there. I don't know if it's just weird spawns or what, but 60 to 80 kills per room, and it does not take that long in there. This was what I found to be 100% the fastest. Between all the 3 places, that was for sure the fastest place to do it, and that would be my recommendation. If you have tractor cannon, and you're willing to put the wish in the wish wall, which does take some time, I'm not going to argue. You could go straight into the Castell and run in and start shooting guys. But personally, the pacing of the guys is a little bit slower, and the quantity is going to take you a little bit longer. The amount of time to go into the Last Wish raid, go to the wish wall, and then actually start, it may take you a little longer to do that, but as soon as you start, you're going to be catching up and going through them so quickly. Personally, I think it's very much worth it. So that is my guide for this one. Hopefully it helps you guys out. And then after this, all we're supposed to do potentially is go back to the moon bunker, open the door, and there's going to be something else happen. I don't know what that is. If it's something crazy cool, I might include that with the, like, kind of more of a review over the weapon or just thoughts about actually us having the weapon. I don't know if this is going to move the story forward with Rasputin, with what is coming next season. The fall expansion seems like it's going to be more related to the pyramid ships and the light bright wall and all those triangle ships and everything. But I would definitely say, I think whatever this quest is hopefully going to move the narrative forward with Rasputin, the Almighty, and all of that. I'm very curious if we get any more information on that today. So if you enjoyed the video, drop a like below. If you have questions, comments, anything, always love to see your guys' thoughts on those. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and the alert bell. The little bell next to that button, when you click it, it'll pop up. That'll give you the notifications. That'll keep my videos coming to your YouTube feed. Also, you guys can find me on Twitch and Twitter. I'll stream and all that type of stuff as well, so you can find me there. Thank you guys very much for all the support lately. We are almost at 50K, so please keep subscribing. You guys are awesome. Look forward to seeing where this quest goes in a couple of hours, and I'll see you soon.